Hi, Chef Ron here. In this week's video, we're taking a closer look at Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse was founded in 1988 by Chris T. Sullivan and Tim Gannon. It's a Canadian concept made popular in Tampa, Florida in 1990. With over 1,000 locations and 23 countries in South America, North America, as well as Asia and Canada, it's well known for its perfectly seasoned steaks. But it's also known for a big-time crowd pleaser and one of my personal favorites, the Bloomin' Onion, which is a deep-fried onion that is sheer, pull-apart goodness. Hello and welcome back to the kitchen. We're going to try our hand now at creating the perfect Bloomin' Onion, Outback style. Okay, so here I've got 3 onions. I've got 1 large onion and 2 smaller onions, just, for size. Alright, so we're going to start by cutting a portion of the top off.
Once your onions are peeled, you're ready to move on.
Okay, now for this next part, I use my handy dandy melon baller here. If you don't have the melon baller, you can use a spoon, it works just as well. Pull out a portion of the middle. Scoop, nice and easy, side by side. The point is to hollow out the middle so that when you cut, it forms the toast. Okay, I've got my spoon. I'm going to do smaller onions here. And there you have it. Okay, now that we have cleaned and cored our onions, it's time to cut them. So what we're going to do is you want to cut in, make 4 cuts. Careful not to cut the roots. Leave about maybe a couple centimeters distance between the root and your knife. And then I usually make 4 cuts just to start. And then from those 4 cuts, I usually make my smaller cut after that. So many cuts. Imagine having to do this all day long in a restaurant. Maybe hundreds of these a day. Here's a little trick to ensure that those bloomin' onions bloom properly. Drop them in a little bit of ice water for about 45 minutes to an hour, and they should open up nice and big. Okay, so it's been about an hour and our blooming onions look amazing. So next up we're going to batter them. We have a bowl with 2.5 cups of flour and a tablespoon of cornstarch. Here we have our spice mixture, which is a ½ teaspoon salt, chili powder, paprika, turmeric, and garlic powder. And we have our egg and buttermilk here. So first off, we're going to dip that into our flour. Well, actually no, we're going to add our spice mixture in there. Mix that up. Now I'm not sure exactly what spice they use at Outback, but this is what I use at home. You can use your own if you want, get creative, or just use salt and pepper, that works too. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Cover all the petals with the flour and the cornstarch. Okay. Now, see, one thing I already messed up on, you're supposed to have one dry hand and one wet hand, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that buttermilk mixture, and it's going to go back over here into the flour. Alright, now that our onions are battered and ready, we're going to go ahead and fry them up. So what you're going to need is a large enough pot to put them in with enough oil to fully submerge the onions, or else this is not going to work out for you. Trust me. Alright, so there are several important things to remember. You always want to keep your oil at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Never overcrowd your pan. That means only cook these one at a time. Okay, and there we have it, guys. I think we did pretty good, actually.